sound really.
Yeah, once you fixed it sounded great.
Sweet.
So, are we doing like the Bewitched banter intro? Or
yeah.
Well, it's your style. This is your podcast.
Okay.
We're just here for
some
the
reason
ride.
I feel nervous because we got a crowd.
She's nervy. Look at guys.
Okay, so are we doing the
Let's do the new one.
Okay, you're listening to Bewitched Banter.
I'm Krista, and this is my best skeptical friend, Amy.
And we have two other people joining us in-house today. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah. This is Justin Vandy Venter.
And this is Justin Rademacher.
And we're with the Stupidest Podcast, here to join Bewitched Banter.
Yes, so excited.
So we got two Justins. Do you want to tell us your nicknames to make life a little bit easier for the listeners?
I'm Vandy.
And I'm Roddy.
Roddy, okay. So me and Vandy go way back. Like back to Meth Vernon days. Small town Indiana of 7,000 people. We know each other from middle school.
Yep.
Yes.
7th grade.
Mm-hmm. And we kind of reconnected through both of us doing a podcast. So you reached out to me first.
Yeah, I saw you on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, oops. Pardon. Gotta turn off field work. Slack messages. Sorry. Leave it to me. Where's Slack? No.
Are we good?
See, Roddy, they'd edit this out. I leave this in.
Oh yeah, we're keeping this.
Yeah, we do a little clap thing so we remember where to edit.
You work so
a miracle
well.
When you're editing, you're like 5 minutes. You're like, oh, there's the clap. Just cut all this shit.
Cutter.
Okay, I'll cut it. So we go way back, and we were talking about Meth Vernon, right?
Yeah. Tell us more about Meth Vernon. What was it like to grow up there? And why do you call it Meth Vernon?
My experience is way different than Amy's from what I've heard.
Well, what's your experience?
I loved it.
I love Mount Vernon too, but I love to throw shade at Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I love it because of the people and my friends I met there. But for me, I think living in a small town kind of drove me crazy. Like I had
it was such a small town that if you got in trouble at a friend's house, you were in trouble by the time you got back home.
Yeah. Like everyone knew about it. I mean, I literally got in trouble for being drunk in a park across from the police station, and one of the cops heard it on like the radio.
Yeah.
He came and like saved me because he was my tennis coach. Like that's how small our town was.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dang.
You better get your butt home.
Yeah, but we call it Meth Vernon. Well, me
And your friends.
because it's number one the tri-state for meth.
Jesus.
Was it really?
Yeah, well, it used to be. I don't know if it's still number one today. I haven't checked.
I guess I don't know. I never I left in 7th grade, so
yeah, it's been a while. But moving on, you guys want to talk about your podcast?
Yeah, tell us about the Stupidest Podcast. How did you two get this together?
me and Roddy used to work together, and then we always wanted to do something together, and we started doing stand-up and emceeing and all this, and then I don't know, how do you think we got it together, Roddy?
Well, we were just like you said, trying to figure something out that we could do, and we figured, well, hey, we work good together, and we collaborate well on the mic at Moonlight Bowling, so why not try to do something like that? We were thinking about maybe doing like a combo stand-up thing, but it just, I don't know, never worked out, and we just decided to do the podcast, and here we are. We've got 20 some episodes going on 30 some episodes, and
Impressive.
Woohoo!
30 episode
I'm
30
doing a
just
round
came
of
out.
applause.
Well, you gotta
Nice.
tell our listeners what your podcast is about, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stupid, but what is it about?
The stupidest. What is the stupidest thing ever? Podcast ever.
Pretty much about anything and everything. We just kind of ask each other questions, and then we break down in from there, and then we fall off topic.
Yeah.
Sounds about
we
right.
fall off. Yeah, we fall off topic quite a bit. That's basically the whole point of it, is to see how far off and how long we can stay far off, and just
And then try to find our way back.
Ooh.
I feel like teachers
Sometimes.
did that growing up, like, or that was like the trick growing up is like, how can you get your teacher to talk about anything other than what they want to teach?
And math.
Yeah, you're like, how do we get them
Yeah.
to talk about something else?
And then watch the clock and be like, all right, 15 more minutes. We can keep them going.
Yeah, exactly. We're really invested in your life.
I really feel like my college kids do that to me. Like I just had a moment
And
of
you probably fall for it
I
every time.
totally do.
You do. You do.
And they're
That's
grown
awesome.
ass adults. Oh man. Okay. Wow. Anyway.
And then do you
But
want
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, we've just kind of developed it over the last, like, I don't know, 30 episodes. We started the first 10 episodes were just him, just Vandy and I. And then we started gaining some guests, and obviously we had you guys on for one episode. This is going to be another episode we have you guys on for. Yeah, and then we just kind of developed it. We add segments and all that kind of stuff, and it's just kind of a fun thing that we talk about stupid random things.
I love it.
Yeah, you guys are
Yeah, we
hilarious.
try to change it up every so often.
I know when we did the first episode with you guys, I felt like a lot of pressure, like come up with good questions. But I think it'd be fun, like having to think of good questions all week.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of preparation for our episode.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that part because we have to do a lot of research, and then you guys just come up with questions. I was like, that sounds kind of nice. We might steal your guys' idea.
What your format. Well, we put you guys to work for this episode. So thank you so much for having us again and for doing the work that we normally do. So you took some off our plate, Amy's plate in this episode. But yeah, Bewitched Banter, man, it was born on a February afternoon. Imagine the scene in a very richy shopping mall in Scottsdale, Arizona. And she and I and her husband and my ex were always joke about having a podcast together over the years. And it stuck with Amy and I. We're like, no, we want to do this thing, but what's the what? And then this one day we had God knows how many mimosas.
Well, we went to brunch and we hadn't been out forever because of the pandemic.
Yep.
And we were like, well, brunch then turned into lunch drinks. And then it kind of morphed into
happy hour.
Yeah. And then at the end of the night, that's kind of when we came up with the premise.
Yeah, we're really sloshed at this pizza place that we thought was amazing at the time, which is actually disgusting. But then I don't know, we were just sitting there and I was like, Amy, it was like this crazy light bulb moment. And I'm a skeptic of people, of human nature, but I'm obviously
taking credit for all of it.
Yes. No, I'm just kidding. Of course not. Of course not. She came up with the name. I mean, listen, we would not be here without each other. And you know, as you guys know, working with a best friend it can be tricky, right? But like we got it together. I think we got it together. And obviously there's gonna be things to come that we have to overcome together, but we're here. So premise being the skeptical of the spooky and spiritual world, me being the total like hippie chick, which I hate saying woo-woo because like I think it's demeaning, but it's what the nomenclature is, I guess. So all things spooky, spiritual, and funny as hell. Spoofs that are just like you gotta be kidding that people believe this shit, some of it.
And we like to cover shitty people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The end of the
a lot
day.
of shitty people. So where do you guys lie on the spectrum of like believing? Like, are you big believers in ghosts and psychics and mediums and all that bullshit?
Tarot cards, crystals, yoga.
I'm a
I don't
believer.
know. Yeah.
Vandy's a believer in most of it.
What about psychics?
What's that?
What about psychics?
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yay, nay,
Yeah,
baby.
I mean, go ahead, Roddy.
I was gonna say I'm more of a skeptic than Vandy is. of most things, but it's because he believes in mermaids and stuff. So
I know.
That's right. Let's talk about that real quick. Okay.
Yes.
Because Amy called me, what'd you call me last week? I was like, what? The wacko or something?
I called you a whack job.
Yeah, that's right. That was in our intro. This is my best friend, the whack job. Like, oh, awesome. But thanks. But the nice thing is, well, not the nice thing. The thing for me, mostly studying journalism and media, like we can't have conversations with people to this day that have like opposing views. And obviously we're best friends, but we still have like completely opposite views on humanity and spiritual things. And so for me, the real premise is like getting to talk to someone that has another viewpoint as you and just learning what you don't know, or being schooled, like Amy's teaching me to be more skeptical, which has been really good. So that's the deep undertones of Bewitched banter. But
I don't want to know about the mermaids.
yes,
though.
back to mermaids being sorry, I digress.
I think I listened to your podcast and I literally texted Krista, he believes in mermaids.
I know, and then I listened and I was like, holy shit.
So yeah, if you listen to the podcast, I talk about it, and I don't believe it's like The Little Mermaid. I just believe I think there's creatures out there that
I see Ariel's hanging out somewhere.
Mermaids. There's been, I mean, I love watching the documentaries and stuff like that, like on Bigfoot and Yetis and the Loch Ness Monster, and mermaids is one that's always caught my eye. And there's been a lot of proof that mermaids exist.
Do you believe in Bigfoot?
Yes.
What about the Loch Ness Monster?
I don't think it's what everybody thinks it is, but I think there's some kind of creature in that pond.
I weirdly was obsessed with the Loch Ness Monster in 7th grade. Like,
Tell us more.
Like I literally
about your meth
I got in trouble in 7th grade with my science teacher because I remember me and my friend would just talk about, we were obnoxious. I don't know if you remember Karina, but like we would talk about the Loch Ness Monster all the time, and I'd like draw, like you're like just doodling, and I don't know, I was obsessed with it. I had like what would Nessie do shirts.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You guys.
I'm just telling you guys, I'm a weirdo.
And I'm the whack job.
Well, I was middle school me, so I have kind of an excuse of grown up.
If you listen to our podcast, I actually have a Bigfoot story that I tell.
Oh, I missed that one. Give us the summation. Give us the brief.
Well,
Bigfoot.
when I went to school up by Canada for college, and we were camping, and we pretty much had like a whole Bigfoot experience.
Holy shit. Did you catch anything on tape?
No, but we have like photos of footprints.
How big would you think this thing is?
According to like the footprint size was ginormous.
Wow.
And the spread was, my buddy could lay in between the separation of the feet prints.
Damn, that's scary.
And there's trees
too.
There's tree branches.
Oh, y'all hear that? Amy's being thirsty tonight. It's not me for once.
Well, it's got that big of feet, they say.
Well, that means he's got big shoes, though, right? That's all it means, right?
And big hands.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
What Trump say? I have the biggest hands. Believe me.
But pretty much all we found out, like after we got up the next morning, we found footprints, and he was close to the campsite that we were at, and there was trees probably in 3-inch diameter snapped like toothpicks.
No thanks, I'm out.
Yeah, it was pretty freaky. I mean, if you listen to the podcast, I tell it like there's heavy breathing, shit like that we could hear.
What episode ish, if you remember off the top of your head? Tell everybody where we can find this Bigfoot story. We can cut it.
Roddy,
it had to have been the sci-fi one, so one of the more recent ones, so like 27, 28.
Yeah, we talk about it in that one, and then I think we talk about it in like one of our first 5.
Got
Yeah,
it.
something like that.
Got it. And Roddy, you weren't there
Yeah,
for this excursion?
No, I was not there for that. And just so everybody knows, so Vandy and I are both from Minnesota, and so I'm assuming this was in northern Minnesota. Like your school was like up
Yeah.
by Canada in this area, right?
Yeah, it was
That's
up
what
by you.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that everybody like kind of understood the area we were talking
Oh
about.
yes. Yep. Our Justin's friends are in the Midwest boys, and then we're in hot ass Phoenix. So
Yep.
Desert girls.
Yeah, it snowed today in Duluth. So
No.
where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just about to say, like, we're doing a video chat right now, and you guys are in short sleeves, probably
Tank
hot.
tops.
And we're freezing up here. It's
No,
gonna hit
thank
like 20
you.
degrees tonight.
Actually, I'm gonna be sort of circa near you guys this weekend. I'm going to Chi-Town, as I go like every couple months to see my family up there. So be sort of close.
Nice.
Freezing my ass off, but it's fine. I'm gonna dig out my semi-winter coat. I don't even have winter clothes anymore.
I don't either. I realized the other day I don't own a jacket.
Oh
It's
my
like, I
God.
probably should get one soon.
Yeah.
I think I've decided that I'm only gonna have winter clothes from now on because I don't think we're gonna have a summer this year. Like it's already April and we're having snow. Like it's insane.
When does summer start for you guys? Like summer weather, like June?
Usually, yeah, about
Yeah,
June. Like
around June.
it's usually starting to be spring by now, but like it's not.
Well,
We
it's
still
like
have about a foot. Yeah, we still have about a foot of snow in our yard. Like I was
Oh,
playing disc
wow.
golf in the
Well,
snow.
you do. I don't.
Yeah, I'm up
Absolutely
in.
not.
Yeah, I'm up a little further north. I'm by Duluth, and he's towards the city. So
Okay.
Roddy's about 3 hours north of where I live.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
We forgot to
Yep.
even tell what topic we're discussing today.
Oh yeah, sorry. So along the lines of spoof scams and shitty people, we are covering prison lovers.
I can't wait.
And I'll be covering particularly the psychology of that. And I think you guys each have a tale of prison lovers.
I know, I can't wait to hear your guys' stories. And we gave you guys homework this time.
yep.
Yeah,
got mine
I
right here.
literally felt like I was like in college English class or something
I
like
know
that.
it does. It does.
Roddy
remind
goes,
me of that.
check. Look at my homework, guy.
I feel
Yep.
like
I even highlighted. Look.
Oh,
nice.
good job, fellas. I do that too.
Yeah, I
That's how
didn't
do my
highlight. I did like book notes.
research.
Like, how did I cheat in college? Because I need to learn how to do that again.
Oh my god. Control F, godsend.
Yeah.
Listen, what would we do without Google? And hell no, I wouldn't have passed.
No,
No way.
like the fact that you used to have to go to the library and like read through the books.
No.
I'm like, that sounds like hell.
No.
I wasn't cut out for that.
Why isn't there a movie on this?
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
Very
Or Spark
cool.
Notes.
Well,
Did you guys
Yeah,
use
right.
Spark or Cliff Notes? And I remember in
Cliff-
high school.
Oh, yeah.
Cliff notes. I did Cliff notes all the time. I think that's the only way I graduated.
Yeah, for when we had to learn
Mhm.
about Shakespeare, I could not for the life of me make myself read it. So I was like, Cliff Notes, here we come.
oh yeah. Spark notes.
Yeah, I like Shakespeare.
Absolutely.
Well, sweet. Who wants to go first?
Well, Krista is gonna dive in.
Yeah, we'll dive into our history. I gotta pull it up, so you guys chit chat while I get it up. Not dirty intention with that.
Oh no, look.
Oh fuck! Can you guys?
What happened?
Oh, my thing went out for a hot second.
Oh, the internet was saying it's
Oh.
unstable.
It's not like Amy's,
Oh.
but it's still the same provider, so they suck.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Yeah, last time if people listen to ours of our last episode on our podcast, they can see how many times that we dropped out.
oh my
really?
god, did they have a contest or something? Like,
I think you could play a drinking game with it.
Yeah. Oh, is that bad?
yikes!
Well,
It
like we
was
said,
cool. People actually loved it.
Oh, I'm sure.
It makes us happy.
Well, I mean, it's we don't edit anything out, so it's like it's real. Everything that happens is in real time. So that's how I like it, because we always have the loon clock. You'll probably hear that in a bit.
Oh yeah, I remember you guys saying that.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yep. Yep.
All right, just give me 1 second. We're getting there. Drive. Crossovers. We did a whole folder for crossovers with just you guys. You should be honored.
Dang. Well, I appreciate you guys having us on. This is fun, and it was really interesting, like finding this story. This story is something that I wouldn't have found otherwise. So
Yeah, this definitely wouldn't have been something I would have looked up.
Yeah, it's kind of fun when you're like researching a topic and then you find like the perfect story. Like, because for sometimes when we do like topics, I find it's hard. Like, what kind of story am I going to find that has to do with like Ouija board or something really random we've done? And then when you find it, you're like, oh, this is gold. You get really excited.
Totes my goats. All right, so I found it. It's finally up. But yeah, Amy's Ouija board story was amazing. Check it out if you guys haven't listening, because it was like wild. The drunk jury is in there and Ouija, it's wild. All right.
sweet.
Y'all ready for this psych behind?
I am ready.
I called this Fallin for Felons.
Ooh, catchy.
Woo, my alliteration. All right, so before we dive down to Darkness Drive, which has become the nature of Bewitched banter, I wanted to ask everybody, let's start with the Justin, since you're our guests, give us like 3 to 5 traits that you would want in a partner. Just like, qualities.
Go ahead, Roddy.
Well, my first quality would be they need to be in prison.
Yes. Then you are perfect.
Dude, that's your last 5. You already described like your last 5 relationships.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Well, it's because of me. Like if they get in a relationship with me and they end up going crazy, and it's a whole thing.
Committing some crime.
Yeah, it's like they're crazy.
Oh yeah, yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's usually something like damage to a car or a flat tire.
Don't piss us ladies off, man. Don't do it.
No, I've never had anything that bad happen. Luckily, there's still time. I mean, I'm a single guy, so I mean, it's bound to happen, right?
There's a lot of crazy people out there, men and women included. So,
man, I don't know. I don't really look for like anything. Obviously, I want the person that I'm looking for, I want to be attracted to them. I want to be able to have them have a really good personality that either fits or complements mine. They don't necessarily have to have the same interests as me, but as long as they're passionate about something, I love passion and seeing that in anything. Like I'm passionate about disc golf and comedy and the podcast and stuff like that. And so it's just really nice to see passion, whether it be, I don't know, music or sports or whatever. Like if I see passion, that's a good vibe for me. Yeah. Otherwise, there's not really anything in particular. Like I'm not looking for any like physical traits that have to be there.
You don't have a type.
Anything like that. I don't necessarily have a type. Like you can be anything, anybody, as long as we connect and you have a good personality and there's an attraction. Like, let's try it out.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, Vandy, your turn.
You're up.
What's your dating show pitch?
I as shallow as it is, I got to be attracted. There's got to be some kind of attraction.
That's shallow.
That's not shallow. Well, I think I was telling you, somebody, my therapist was telling me like a while back, she's like, you don't sacrifice that. Like don't do that. Don't just like say, right. You know what I mean? So not shallow is my point.
Wow. I got to be attracted. Honest, trustworthy, fun, easy to talk to. Someone that I want to talk to.
Mm-hmm. That'd be important. You want to be like, shut up, bitch.
Yeah, right.
Throw a sock in it.
Make me a sandwich.
Make me a fucking
Oh my god.
bitch.
See, they get it.
Oh my god. Okay.
Somebody I look forward to coming home to.
Aw.
All right.
Man, I want somebody that I hate having
just
to
come
spend
to.
time with.
Yeah. They're just a miserable person.
Miserable
They bring
human.
out
Yeah.
the worst in you.
All right, Ames, even though you're married, what are you?
And then
Oh, sorry. Keep going. I apologize. Go ahead.
and I meet on the same sexual level.
Mm.
All right.
So pretty low.
Yeah.
Low libido. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just kidding. It's really high. It's
No
really high.
sex ever. Abstinence only. Which they teach in this state for some fucking reason. I don't know. Do they still?
Huh?
Ames would know.
I did not teach sex ed, thankfully.
Thank God she got out of that.
My kids would tell me about it, and I would always be like, "Can you please stop? I don't want to hear about this from 7th graders. Please stop."
Did you hear about those teachers? Did you hear about those teachers down south that are teaching like 5-year-olds about sex ed?
No.
Why? I feel like that
Wow.
would go over their head.
I mean, they should know the proper anatomical body parts for sure.
I think it's Florida. Like they're literally passing a law right now because of it.
Wow.
Because they were teaching like kindergartners about sex ed.
I mean, we started in Connecticut in 5th grade. I'll never forget that. They separated the
These are
girls and the
5-year-olds.
boys. Oh, yeah, that's a little different.
5-year-olds.
That's like half the age.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Fifth grade is like 10 years old, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah.
right.
Yep, it's 10. I feel like though kindergartners wouldn't even really understand.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But
Yeah.
there's teachers like
No.
walking out and quitting. Like if I can't talk to my students about sex.
Well,
Where'd
Yeah.
you hear this
Yeah.
story though?
yeah, is this
It's-
fake news?
Yeah.
Just-
Where's your sources?
It's all. I don't know. I've read it all over.
I'll have to look into it. I mean,
Dang.
there's.
I think it's based out of Florida.
which
But I'm
surprises
not
me because they're
positive.
pretty
They're
fucking
very
prude.
religious.
Yeah.
Because they don't want them teaching like critical race theory. and
Yeah, you can
all
teach
those
that.
things.
And now they just passed you can't talk about LGBTQ plus anything. Anyway.
Hmm.
We digress.
No, I literally I learned about sex ed actually on our podcast. I just learned it like a couple episodes ago.
Female
I taught 'em well.
orgasm.
Yeah.
I'll have to tune into
Yep.
that episode to learn a little bit myself.
Yeah, we
I
had a
brought
sex
it-
ed.
I brought in a diagram for him and everything, pictures.
Oh my god, I
a
love
flip
it.
book.
Here's
Yeah,
a
we had a sex
banana.
ed
Here's
guest.
a condom.
I brought it. Yep, I brought in the banana.
No, he put it on me.
Oh, real life practicality. Okay. All right. So Ames, sex at the top of your list.
Well, I've been with my husband for like almost a decade, so it's kind of hard for me to think of this kind of stuff. But I would say I haven't really had to like think about that for a while, but I guess
I'm pretty sure in our last episode you said, "Well, in my next husband, this is what I want."
Oh yes,
I
she
did.
She
I did say my next husband will have a lot of money.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
Oh, you did, yes.
she's the only smart one that killed Putin. We should have taken her advice, y'all.
Oh yeah, we did. For people who didn't
We
listen,
should've.
we did a fuck, marry, kill, and it was between Ghislaine Maxwell, Putin, and who was the third person? The creepy
Hitler, I
guy.
think.
Which
Bill
one?
Wasn't it?
Cosby, wasn't it?
Oh, Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby, and I'm the
Yes.
only one who picked killing Putin.
Yep, she won that one, y'all. We no.
What do you guys? choose?
Yeah.
We all chose the same, I
Yeah.
think.
Ghislaine
All that
Maxwell?
coming.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
to be honest, I'm pretty sure I married the guy. I
You
feel
married
bad
Bill
now.
Cosby?
No, he married.
No.
Putin.
Oh yeah, we all married Putin. Remember, because we wanted to be royalty.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what it
and I was
was.
the only
Yeah.
one who chose killing him.
You were smart, girl.
Mhm.
Shit, we may not have a war. Damn it, Amy, if only you assassinated Putin. All right, so I think think you said he was supposed to be rich, your next husband, right?
No, I said next marriage. I was joking. Next marriage is for love, or this marriage was for love. The second one's for money.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
I made
Oh
sure
my
to say it
God.
really loud so he could hear me.
Oh my gosh. Second that.
Yeah.
Second that for me. But okay, so obviously these are all traits like normal people would look for. Most people don't necessarily off the bat say prison. I want a partner in prison.
The guy I can never see. I mean, I guess if you're a very independent person, having a prison like partner would be ideal because you could only probably see them for a few hours every week.
Oh, there's some psych on it, and we're gonna get to it. So
Nice.
obviously, you know, most of us, we want to be respected, we want to be loved, the person's good looking, conversation, intelligence, you know, mutual respect, among things at the top of the list of most people. However, there's a lot of people who actually are actively seeking a partner behind bars. And think back to all the horrific serial killers, which you guys are going to cover some of them, I think. So we have Ted Bundy, Scott Peterson, Charlie Manson, Richard Ramirez. These are all horrific human beings that committed disgusting acts of violence and just like subhuman, basically, I think, for the types of crimes they committed were just that horrific. But they all had one thing in common, in that they had not prisoner daddies, but prisoner ladies. So they had fangirls coming out the woodwork, all of these men, and even Scott Peterson, and I think Charlie Manson.
I don't know the name Scott Peterson.
Oh, you know, so Lacey Peterson was his wife that he was convicted of murdering, of her and her their unborn son.
Was this recent or
90s, right, guys? You guys know the story? Yeah, 90s.
Okay.
And it happened in Modesto, California, and it's really sad. It's horrific. But
I assumed if his name is on the list, he's not
a
stellar guy.
He's just what I'm looking for. But he received a marriage proposal while in prison after being convicted of killing his wife and unborn child.
Did he meet this said woman beforehand?
No, this bitch just wrote him and sent in a marriage proposal.
I can't fathom how that could, like, the slightest bit how you could be attracted to that. Like, ooh, I love the suspense knowing maybe my husband will kill me tonight.
Yeah. Well,
I've sent off like 10 of them and I haven't gotten a response.
I mean, it's depressing when they say no.
It is.
Oh
I can't even
God.
get somebody in prison to marry me.
Yeah, I can't even get a serial killer. What's wrong with me?
Well, we probably are all asking how the fuck, why the fuck, who the fuck are these people? There is an actual phenomenon in psychology, which is a real paraphilia called hybristophilia. And this is where people become sexually aroused by being with a partner convicted of a severe crime, such as rape, murder, or armed robbery.
What was it called again?
Hybristophilia.
Okay.
And it's an actual diagnosed thing, aka the Bonnie and Clyde syndrome. It was referenced to several times, where, like, you know, that story, they were on the run and robbing banks and getting off on it, getting away with it,
and getting off.
I mean, honestly, I would get off to a load of huge chunks of money.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Roddy has this disease. Roddy, I'm
Right.
sure you have this disease.
I do.
I do.
Amy, you have
Actually,
hybristophilia.
this isn't an intervention.
I knew they didn't just want to talk to us.
I was right.
Yeah. They Krista brought in backup as like
The Justins are my enforcer.
yeah, and she's like, yeah,
What's
we're gonna
Dr.
record,
Phil doing
like,
here?
collaborate tonight. Actually, no, we're gonna record this as your intervention. That would
I'm
be
actually-
entertaining.
You're dressed for the occasion, Roddy.
Oh, yeah. I have all orange on like my thing.
Oh yeah, you do.
You do. Orange is the new black
Yeah.
for Amy.
I've actually decided I'm gonna put this whole conversation, this whole episode is actually going on my dating profile. So
Perfect.
Well, that's perfect that you bring dating profiles up there, Roddy, because in addition to hybristophilia, there's actually motherfucking websites, if y'all didn't know about this, such as Bewitch Banter's trademarked Prisoner Daddies. It's ours. We're trademarking this. No, it's just kidding. It's a reference to one time Amy was like something about prisoner daddies, and we're like, trademark it. Turns out there's an actual fucking app, a dating app for people seeking prisoners. Okay.
It's an app?
Several.
What?
We have Canadian.
I'm on it.
Wow.
Canadian. Oh shit, there is. No, I'm on it too.
Like I said, I've sent in 10 proposals. I haven't got a response yet.
I left for some handcuffs with Dad.
Ooh.
I would totally love to be on their. Okay, I don't agree with it, but it'd be kind of fun to be on their marketing campaign. Like coming up with the slogans, you know what I mean?
It would be a blast. That would be a blast. To be honest.
That would be.
Like, will Daddy handcuff you tonight? What was it? I mean, you can have so much fun with it.
This bitch is thirsty tonight. I dig it. Okay. So sites including Canadian Inmates Connect, prisonpenpals.com.
Prison pen pals?
Literally.
That's the one I'm on.
Let's go look them up right now.
That's sad if you need a pen pal partner at this stage of life.
Convict.
Go out and meet some people.
Convictmailbag.com.
What is it?
Sorry, it's so funny. Convictmailbag.com.
Mailbag?
Yeah, like a
Interesting.
bag of mail.
Yeah.
Sounds like Blue's Clues.
It sounds like these people have like a turn on for penmanship.
Oh, and then finally,
Well, I don't think they can do much else.
.com.
Wait, what'd you say?
Meat.
I don't think they can do much else other than pen pals.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, ooh, look at his handwriting. Oh, it's slanted to the left. It's just really getting hot and bothered.
Look at those exclamation marks. Look at those exclamation marks. Oh, God.
He really wants it.
Those 5 exclamation marks. Oh my God.
He's using cursive
Signed
and
it XO. He
everything.
signed it XO.
Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. Well, hybristophilia, as we now know, is a thing, probably attracts many people to those websites.
Do you know like the number of how many people are on those websites?
I didn't go that far because I was so shocked that they even existed, and I'm still wrapping my head around that.
One for sure.
Yeah.
Party of one.
Party of one.
I'm actually on there, but I'm actually on there to like to get him. I'm trying to ghost Justin, but don't let him know.
It's working.
He's like,
Yeah.
this handwriting looks a little familiar.
Oh my God. So
It's
obviously,
preparation.
oh sorry.
Wait, one
Okay.
more question.
Yeah.
And we can move on.
Yeah.
But how does it work? Because can the prisoners can't sign themselves up for the app, can they?
Girl, I didn't even. I'm
have
curious
so many
you are you gonna sign
logistical
up?
questions.
Corey, call Corey right now, you guys. Intervention. She's trying to meet a prison man. A man in
In a
prison.
lot of- in a lot of these like big prisons, I think they can have like handhelds and they can monitor the apps that they're on and
Oh,
stuff
really?
like that.
Oh,
Okay.
that's new.
And
Yeah.
some prisons I think actually allow you to have internet time.
Yeah, I used to work for a for-profit school, and I know they would get on to do their get on to do their homework, and then they like told me they're like, then the prison guard would tell me I ran out of time. That'd be like their excuse not to do their homework.
Oh my God. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, I'll have to do my own research. I have so many questions about this app.
Yeah, well, sorry. I wasn't looking for an inmate, so I apparently you are. I guess I can get on there and be a wing woman for you. Help you out. So Bonnie and Clyde syndrome is, like I said, a diagnostic thing on the American Psychiatry's DSM-5, and it notes that this condition may, shocker, interfere with normal sexual relationships.
I wonder how.
But there's a Psychology Today article by Robert T. Mueller. He's a PhD and professor of psychology at NYU. And he wanted to remind everyone that, deeming these douchebags as hot, like Scott Peterson and like Charlie Manson's of the world, they were like dubbed as hot in the media. And Ted Bundy, he said, huh?
That's my story tonight. Charles
Oh
Manson.
yeah, excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it.
He's a scary motherfucker, dude. Oof. Anyway, this psychologist said, in reference to when the Ted Bundy movie came out with not Channing Tatum. Oh my god. The one that played his life.
I know it.
Zac Efron?
Zac Efron.
Thank you.
Yes, that's it.
Thank you, Roddy. That's the one. So this is what he's referencing, the psychologist. He said, quote, "I've seen a lot of talk about Ted Bundy's alleged hotness, and I would like to gently remind everyone that there are literally thousands," this is kind of a diss, "of other hot men depicted on the streaming service, almost all of whom are not convicted serial killers and murderers," end quotes. So
It's a
Amy,
valid point.
in case you didn't know, there's plenty of other eligible bachelors not on prisondaddy.com.
Maybe we need to ditch Bewitched banter and just make our own dating app.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's Prison Daddies. That's
Yeah.
why you trademarked it. It's ours. We own it. We own the rights. Prisoner Daddies. All right. So do men fall for ladies in prison? What do y'all think?
I would say probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's got to happen. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say probably not as much. Not.
Okay. And
I'm
fellas,
gonna say twice as much.
okay.
Ooh. I'm not going to say twice. I'm going to say like probably, I don't know, 75% of.
No. It's twice as much, dude. There's way too many whacked out weird dudes out there than there are whacked out women.
Interesting.
There's a lot of lonely dudes out in the world.
Oh, that's my daughter. Come here.
So we're saying how many in comparison to women wanting men in prison?
Yeah, exactly. So obviously the majority of the coverage talks about ladies writing men in prison. I'm asking if men write to women or fall in love with women inmates.
I think they not as much because there's probably not as many women who have like the same kind of fame and following. So I feel like a lot of women don't commit like mass crimes, like casualties.
Okay. Fellas, do you want to change your answer?
No, I think it's double. I think it's twice as
You're
much.
doubling down on the double down.
There's way too many weird
That's
single
true. Yeah,
crazy dudes out there.
And lonely guys.
Oh
yeah,
Lord.
lonely guys.
Sad. Okay, but let me clear the record straight. In fact, Amy's initial response, some probably, is correct. So there was a Daily Mail study, or a study that was written about in the Daily Mail in a 2016 article. And it shows that prison guards and other correctional workers usually feel the attraction more by females in those roles, in prison
That
roles,
makes sense.
than male in those similar roles.
I can see that.
And this study was by Dr. Philippe Benson at the University of Montreal. Kind of close to you guys, no? No? Is Montreal not near you? I don't know. I don't know my geography, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm at
I
it.
don't know my geography either.
Somewhere near Boats, Canada, where boats.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are just a few little snippets. Hybristophilia sees people attracted to those that carry out criminal acts, as I covered. This study focused on 300 cases of prison workers in the US and Europe. And it found that female workers, as I said, are more affected by the behavior than males. They assume, they being researchers of this study, surmise that this may be due to the roles that female workers carry out. And the prison administrators should provide more training on the issue. So to me, that's like a blanket statement saying that females are like more nurturing, basically. And I think we tend to make excuses maybe more for bad behavior than if like a dude is like, that bitch is crazy, he'll probably just like walk away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's my really doctoral
Well,
take.
So-
well, you're kind of saying that.
Not me.
prison
I give him like
guards-
4 or 5 years.
Yeah. You're saying the prison guards are basically falling in love with the women in jail.
Yep, and not just prison guards. We're gonna get to other people.
So that makes sense to me, because I could see them developing relationships with them.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say is just I feel like maybe the women think that they can change them. Like, oh, they've done that in the past, but that's maybe something that I can change about them.
That's true.
Yep.
Women love a project.
Oh, you guys are right on it. The next point. So from this Psychology Today article, another psychologist named Amy Rocock, she had been in the prison industry for or this prison system for 28 years. She says there are actually 3 types of categories of who and what gets attracted to inmates. And again, typically it's women being attracted and instead of men in prison. So 1, nurturing. They feel they can save someone, right? I think Roddy just said that. Number 2, they're seeking protection. They want someone who is considered tough, rough, and quote unquote manly, because this gives the illusion that the person in question or the inmate in question can protect them. And then that's number 3, rebellious. They want somebody who they can live a vicarious, rebellious life with, typically that bad boy image.
But who can't pay their bills.
Right.
Because you're in prison.
Exactly.
Yeah. I want a bad boy, but the government has to supply him with
he's got a nice apartment. He's got a nice 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
That he shares.
Yeah.
Got a bunk bed. Pretty sweet.
Oh my God.
You got bunk bed pals. That's what I'm looking for in a partner.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I got the top bunk.
Top
I got the top bunk.
Yeah. Totally. Don't drop the soap.
Oh no.
Oh boy, that's not funny. Okay, so there's another book named Women Who Love Men Who Kill. And this goes on to, this is by Sheila Eisenberg. She interviews dozens of women who are psychiatrists, lawyers, social workers, and prison guards who are all in the prison system or work within the prison system to see why women find some felons so fine. This study was done in 1990. So again, back then they were handwriting letters, like actual old school pen paling versus these like prisonersonly.com bullshit. So if you're wondering when this book was written, it was like real organic, old school. Like you had to work to seek these mofos out. Like you must really be into the, your hyperbophilia.
Yeah, you have to wait like a week for your response. Mm-hmm.
If not longer, right? Like
it's love. All right. It's love.
Yeah.
Nothing waits for love. But anyway, so she studied all these women in these roles. Again, prison guards, teachers, or lawyers. And it profiles women who love people in jail for murder and revealing their capacity to make these men their quote unquote ultimate ideal, even though they've committed these horrific crimes. And so in a magazine interview regarding her book, Dr. Eisenberg, or actually I don't know if she's a doctor, Eisenberg, the author of this book, asked the question, like, who are these women? And like, just why do they fall? And when asked about the demographics regarding who they are, of the women she researched, Eisenberg said that they came from all backgrounds, all races, and some were so highly educated as to have a PhD, and to some that had no high school education. So all over the socioeconomic class. And some were single, some had children, some were married, some had no children. But one thing that she noted they had in common was that a lot of
self-confidence.
Sort of. That's kind of a lie.
I was guessing.
They were, a lot of them were Catholic, which I thought was weird. Not weird, but the biggest thing, close to no self-confidence. Anyone want to guess what the biggest thing they had in common was?
Daddy issues.
Close. Getting
Oh,
warmer.
buddy.
Abandonment. They've been abandoned earlier in their lives.
Starts with an A, another A word.
Asshole dads.
Abuse.
I was gonna say family abandonment, but
Yeah, abuse, unfortunately.
abuse.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess
abuse.
there's a
Yeah.
dark turn. There it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I mean, you could kind of surmise that.
yeah. I'm gonna say they're probably not the most well-grounded people if you love like serial killers.
but- right.
Because like you can't really go to happy hour and talk about that with your coworkers
Oh,
casually.
you can't?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Can I guess? I'm gonna guess abuse.
Yeah.
Am I I got
Oh, I
it.
think
Okay.
you got it.
Ding, ding,
Good
ding.
job.
Ding.
I'm a good guesser.
The Eisenberg, the author again of this book, who did this study, she said the real crux of the whole thing is that these women, who were all damaged, they were either damaged in their earlier lives, they've been abused either by their parents, their fathers, there's your daddy issues, their first husbands, their boyfriends, whatever, she said, whomever it was, they've been sexually abused, psychologically, emotionally abused, and every single woman I interviewed had been abused in the past. And that's what I found out. That's the big secret, quote unquote.
That's sad.
So fucking sad, right? Like, you
So
can see why.
did it say like if they were abused, were they all abused by men, or was it like, or did that not
It
specify?
didn't clarify, but I'm gonna assume, and again, this is a total
Yeah.
blanket assumption, that it probably was men doing the abuse if they're attracted to like male prisoners, I would assume, but again, it didn't clarify, but that's a great question.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's a fair point too. Just a good assumption.
Yeah. Because they say there's like 5 ways people deal with it. One of them is like you repeat
Isn't that
the
weird though? Like,
trauma.
What was that?
isn't that weird though? Like you would think that somebody being abused would steer away from sex and sexual attraction,
Sometimes
But
that does
yet-
happen.
but yet they become the more sexual person.
Or yeah, it's either like probably no sex at all or totally sexually
Yeah.
deviant, if you will, quote unquote.
Yeah. But it goes back to like, because there's one where you like compartmentalize your trauma. There's one where you like, there's like 5 of them. And one of them is
Mhm.
you repeat the trauma, which
Ugh.
is
Mm.
interesting.
Break the cycle. Break it.
Sorry,
but
guys.
yeah.
I have to pee so bad.
Oh, break, I suppose. Let's chat, fellas.
I can't hold it any longer.
We're learning the editing technique.
Yeah, the behind Bewitched banter scenes.
I clapped for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Sorry, I know this is long, but we're getting there. We are getting there. In
No,
No,
my
we're-
story's long. My story is 4 pages long.
but I just found it so fascinating that like this is the subject we're on right now too, of like, how does one deal with said trauma? It's like just wild.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Reading these stories, there's so many psychos out there. I'm like,
So
I get
many.
fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting listening to both these stories, because mine isn't like a famous story. Mine is just one
Okay.
that I just happened to fall upon.
No,
But
we
it's
love
Dan-
those. We love those, Roddy, because those usually have the best, like, oh my God. Like, Yeah.
Yeah, this one has it's crazy because it's like I feel like it's more of a love story than it is anything about prison.
oh,
So yeah,
interesting.
I'm
I'm
pretty
a
sure
sucker
that
for a love story, even though I'm a cynic
Yeah.
of people.
Oh, I feel like I can
Well, I'm
be
pretty-
happy again.
nice. I'm pretty sure Disney is actually gonna pick up this story. 'cause
Oh,
of
really?
how- yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
That's probably
Are
what
you
they're
fucking
looking
with
for.
us?
Yes,
Oh
he's fucking
my
with
God.
you.
I was like, what? Well, Disney was a fucking asshole in real life. But anyway, that's another topic. All right.
Most rich people are.
Y'all want to do the clap-a-roo?
Sure.
All right. So where did we leave off? Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Eisenberg, the author of this book, who researched all these women in roles where they, could fall for male prisoners, said it's no big secret that they were all sharing past abuse in their lives. She went on to say, Eisenberg, that many women who find themselves in a relationship with men in prison feel a sense of control that they once lost or maybe they never had. In there, he can't hurt them, essentially, is what she's trying to say. And so you're always in a state of control because you're the one on the outside and he can't lay a finger on you physically.
That kind of makes sense.
You're free. You go on and you visit him. You decide how you want to see the person, when, how, where, and it's in obviously a controlled environment with guards watching. So you wouldn't be able to be physically abused. Now, could you be mentally abused still? Probably. But at least they wouldn't be able to be physically touched.
I mean, that makes sense. All what you're saying.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I never even think of that.
Right.
Because to me, that'd be a turnoff.
Oh, yeah. Like, okay, stick
for
to the bars.
Well, that would be a turn off, but also like the only time you could see your partner is when everyone's watching in a controlled environment.
Yeah, no, thank you.
But I guess for them, it's like means safety.
Yep, exactly. And
Maybe
then one,
it's a turn on for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The
for
safety
some of these women, exactly. One thing I thought was also really fascinating, though, besides this particular paraphilia in general, it's like fascinating. That some of the women Eisenberg interviewed didn't even seem to feel guilt or remorse about loving a murderer or someone who has done such depraved things to other humans. And Eisenberg found that all the women found a way to rationalize what their prison daddy lovers did.
He has a good heart.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Or he's a changed man now, he found God, or he never meant to kill anybody. Like all these crazy.
Or he was innocent.
Right. Yep. All those types of narratives that the women tend to rationalize away the crimes that they've been found guilty of. And obviously said in prison.
But it's like you could turn it back to like you sought this person out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like why? Let's unpack that.
Like their reputation is a murderer, and then you purposely sought this person out for a relationship.
Right. It's insane. There actually was one case about a juror who fell in love with the convicted murderer.
What?
And the murderer happened to kill an innocent older woman.
And that's after seeing all the evidence.
And she
Started out so good.
Yeah. And she marked him as guilty, or she, in her vote.
And still fell in love.
And then she went back to interview him or speak with him after he got convicted and in prison, and she fell in love with him after knowing what he did.
And she probably saw the actual physical evidence. They've had pictures, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
And guess what she said? You guys nailed
Somebody needs to look in her closets, because there's definitely probably some skeletons in there.
Oh yeah. She might be a murderer herself.
Could be.
Exactly.
But she said he's changed.
So if I'm looking for a date, can one of you guys just convict me of murder so that way I can finally find a date? Is that,
Yeah, we might have.
is that what I got to do?
Put you on prisoner
You're having good luck by the sounds of it.
You'll be our beta test.
Okay.
Done.
I'm not gonna actually murder somebody though. You guys just convict me of it.
Okay.
Like I don't want to actually do it. That's one thing I want to make clear. I don't want to actually.
On the record.
How do you murder this fake person?
Yeah,
in this
let's get into
scenario?
that.
Like, what weapon would you use?
Well, I use the candlestick in the whatever room.
In the study.
In the study.
Are you sure it wasn't the dining room?
Colonel Mustard.
Mrs. Butterworth.
Isn't one of them named was her name Miss White? Isn't that one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. Yep. Miss Purple or something.
It was
Scarlet.
Purple.
Miss Plum. There it is.
Oh, Plum. There was a scarlet one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Scarlet.
That's
I was Colonel Mustard Beard.
yeah, you do have it. I love it. Okay. Where was I? Sorry. Okay. So this juror claims her prisoner daddy lover has changed. Then there's also the famous story about a lawyer who got involved with her freaking client. Okay.
I saw this story.
Ethics on ethics of all sorts of wrong going on there, but how is she not banned from the bar? I mean, I don't understand.
I almost picked that as a story.
Oh, really? All
Yeah.
right. We'll cover it next time. On prisonerdaddies.com.
Part 2.
I feel like we could do this a couple of times.
Okay, so she fell in love with her client, and guess what? She helped him escape.
Helped him escape.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yep. And she met him because they were pen pals.
Wow.
That's a good woman right there. Can we go back to the beginning? That's what I want in a relationship. I want a woman that'll help me break out from prison.
Break out of jail, ride or die.
I need that ride or die, babe.
But I won't do that. What won't he do? Does anyone know what Meatloaf would not do? Sorry. It's way more important than prisoner daddies. I need to know what Meatloaf would not do. What was his bottom hard no? Like,
Well, he wasn't gonna eat a Klondike bar. But I think that's what it was.
what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Have you ever seen?
He wouldn't.
Have you ever seen the music video?
No. Maybe
It's actually it's like a vampire.
So he wouldn't
Like
kill
a vampire
her.
scene.
So he would not become a murderer. Maybe
He wouldn't like kill humans for her.
so he would not be
He
a
wouldn't-
prisoner daddy audience target.
He didn't want to drink human blood for his girl or whatever in the music video.
Who does
That's
though?
interesting.
Who wants to do that for
But I
their
won't
their
drink
partner.
He's a
blood.
vampire. Like, but then she's like, I need to get out of this world. So he's like, well, I'll do that. I'll kill you if things get crazy.
Wow.
Oh.
I need to watch this music video.
That was
Dang.
the deepest explanation I've ever heard of that song. Thank you very much. All from the
On a
video.
On a lighter note, do you guys want to hear my vampire like really dumb joke?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so like I said, it's really dumb.
Amy
But
loves
okay,
dad
so
jokes.
okay, so if I ever were to date a vampire, I think I would name my penis Blood. You know, because the whole "I want to suck your blood."
Well, just go to prisonerbuddies.com. Maybe
There we go.
I'm sure
I told you
that's
it was
an app
bad.
too. Like vampire lovers.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
It's a thing. It's a fetish. Ugh. Not
Well,
for
I've
me.
actually I was watching. Have you guys watched any of the What We Do in the Shadows?
A little bit.
No.
My husband's
Oh,
obsessed with it.
What
It's
is
it's
it?
amazing.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's
like,
Yeah, it's a funny vampire like TV show,
yeah,
and it's a
That
movie.
would be Corey.
Yep.
Up his alley.
it is pretty. I've watched a few episodes. It's pretty funny.
Wait, it's British, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or they have
What's it
British
on?
accents.
Yeah,
It's
no,
actually,
it's British. They love British stuff because obviously it's part of Amy's heritage. But I don't get British humor. I'm trying, but I don't. It's like not my thing. I know she's mad at me for it, but it's just not for me. It's not for me.
What's it on?
It's on Hulu.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's
Check
called
it
what?
out.
What's it called again?
It's called What We Do in the Shadows. There's a movie of it which is made by like the New Zealand Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords and
Yes, that's what-
a couple other guys. Yeah. Yep. So they
Corey
made
me
the
watch
movie.
one episode once, and I was like, no, thank you.
It's not like
Yeah,
it's. I don't know. I think it's like kind of mindless fun. It's kind of.
it
funny.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you wouldn't suck blood. Would you guys suck blood for love?
Why do I have to suck blood? Like,
Because
for
that's what Meatloaf wouldn't do for love.
I mean, but like to keep.
for love, Ames.
Oh, I'm
Come
like, did I
on.
get something out of this sucking blood experience? Like, did they get to stay alive? I'm just sucking blood to make
Or
them
drinking
happy.
blood, whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't, probably not, unless it saved a life.
I wouldn't, probably not, maybe, absolutely.
I wouldn't, probably not. 100% would. I already have. Did that last night for love.
Oh, I sure did. No blood goes.
Yeah, I don't think I would do it for love, but I would maybe do it for that Klondike bar.
You really want that Klondike, huh? All right.
Ever since I said it, I want one.
Do you happen to have any in your freezer?
Zero. I have negative. I owe people.
I have never
You
had
know dead old
Klondike bar.
people in your freezer. Oh,
Yep.
Guys, I have a confession. I don't even know what that is.
a Klondike bar?
Yeah.
I don't like them. That's my confession. I know.
That's what I've never had one.
What is it? Like
That-
a candy bar for old
It's-
people?
It's
Like-
an ice
Like a-
cream. It's an ice cream treat.
Yeah, vanilla
Oh.
ice cream and then surrounded by chocolate ganache.
Oh, maybe I have. Maybe
a
I just
polar
never-
bear.
Isn't it
never
mint?
had- Hmm?
Isn't it like a mint ice cream?
You can get there's many different flavors.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the original is just vanilla.
Vanilla, yeah.
Oh,
God, now I want ice cream.
The ice cream's good, but the chocolate is like it's so like fake to me. It doesn't taste like you know what I mean.
I probably have had one.
I'm real bougie about sweets. 'Cause I
Now-
don't
now I
them that
want one.
much.
I
What was
always
this
thought-
last weekend? You're like, stop being such a fucking princess. Because I want to eat this piece of chocolate.
Well, it was like a dime worth, and you're like, I'm gonna throw it away. I was like, just eat it.
Yeah. She called me out, but she was right. So I ate it.
Nothing like shaming your friend into eating chocolate.
That's loyalty right there. All right, guys, we're almost done with my history here. So we have a really sad sack of our population that has been abused. That's not
I
funny.
shouldn't laugh.
That's not funny.
I was
I'm
laughing.
laughing because you're making.
I'm laughing because you said sad sack.
Sad sack.
I love that saying. Oh, nobody calls him a sad sack.
Our-
That's a great diss.
oh my god.
Okay, so I'll be serious about the
No,
abuse
being
part.
serious for real. There are a lot of people obviously in our society that have been abused, male or female, and unfortunately this phenomenon takes, like as we said, females are more prone to loving inmates than males are into loving lady inmates.
Because men have such high standards. Is that why?
I don't. That's a great question. That's for another time. I'm like, I don't even know where to go with that. But, so
we
this-
should wait. We should wait until we're able to find men on this podcast
yeah.
and ask them.
Yeah.
wait, but Bewitched Banter's my dating app.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Come on, guys. You all know this. Okay, so to wrap it up, there was a woman who they changed her name to, protect her because it's still so stigmatized to be a inmate lover or lover of an inmate.
I mean, it should be.
Her name is Julia, who met Bill, quotes because again name change, on Inmates Connect. She wants people to rethink their stigmas about women in relationships with inmates.
Of
I love
course
this
you
girl
do.
already.
Julia
Yeah.
says they're not unstable or crazy. And by
Keep
the
telling
Committed.
yourself
by
that.
the way, Bill was convicted of murder and is currently serving a 25-year sentence.
Oh, honey.
She
just go
said-
get some therapy.
She says, quote, people ask me, how can you fall in love with someone you've never seen in person before?
Because I'm crazy.
To that I say, what is the biggest success of an indicator of a relationship? Communication. I talked to him for many hours on the phone. I know how he feels. I can hear it in his voice. And when he's happy, sad,
This is so sad that she had to say this.
and when he's happy, sad, or whatever feeling, I compare this to being in a long distance relationship.
Oh my god.
It's no different, end quote.
No. The fact that you have to justify it, there's a lot of difference. Do you think
So-
she's footing all his because like for prisoners to make
100.
a collect or just make a call out, isn't it really expensive? Because the
Yeah.
prison system charges like an insane amount.
Yeah, for like $1
Yes.
a minute, probably, right?
She's probably like
Something
spending
like that.
thousands to talk to him.
Probably.
Roddy, how much was it when you were in there?
Well, it was 1684 for I think it was 8 minutes. So if I just
That's a
did the math
deal.
quick,
Yeah, that's a bargain. But
wait,
honestly,
let me look at the statement real quick. Let me just get this out.
I mean, that lady, like, she must have been like spending a lot of money.
Yeah. So that's what I've got on hyperphilia and Bonnie and Clyde syndrome.
Fascinating.
Would y'all ride or die like Bonnie and Clyde if you were given the scenario?
Probably.
I fucking totally would.
Would what? Say that again?
Like a Bonnie and Clyde scenario, ride or
Yeah.
die. Let's fucking do this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I would do that for love. The end of my segment.
Good job.
Any questions, class?
I have a lot of questions about the app.
Besides how to use the apps and how to get on them, I can't help you with that.
And you don't have any of the answers.
I'll show you later. It's really a process to get your profile set up.
Yep.
You get screened. Is he in prison? Yes. He's in.
I have
There's a slight background check.
Yep.
I have a great question for you all. So what kind of, if you were on the app, right? What kind of like profile pictures would you use? Like,
great question. Fellas, let's start with you. What photos?
Me running through a field going, suckers.
I'm free.
Oh my god, okay. Roddy, what you got? What do you have currently? What's your current profile?
Well, it would just be a picture of me doing this. I'm sitting on the couch wearing my robe with a microphone in front of my face.
Just,
I'd probably braid my beard a little bit more. Probably make it look a little better.
couple beads
You
in there.
know what?
Jesus Christ.
That's a great genius podcast idea. No one steal this idea. Trademarking this.
TM.
So your pen pal buddies with a prison inmate and you read the letters.
Oh, so there is one similar. It's called Ear Hustle. But
Ooh,
she
I like
interviews
it.
is an investigative journalist, and she goes in and she interviews. Actually, she produces the podcast with an inmate, and they talk about all the things about prison and how it works and all the. It's really cool.
Oh, mine was gonna be more slimy.
Oh, I'm into slime. Well, you trademarked it.
Mine was gonna be a
Bewitches
rom
owns it.
com.
Let's do it. I own 50% already, so we're
Okay.
business partners. So. All right. What would your picture be?
I know I asked the question. Now I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't have an answer. I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think too. Mine would be like I'm thinking Orange is the New Black, where they try to like make like sexy prison costuming and they like cut it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's what I would try to do, but
Well, if
you
you guys
know.
are going for inmates, I think you guys should dress up as like guards, sexy guards.
Oh,
There you go.
fun.
I'm sure they sell them around
Have
Halloween.
fun. I'm pretty sure I was one for my Halloween days freshman year.
Nice.
Oh.
Guard.
Something like that, or detective. I don't know. Sexy detective.
I always like to do like scary Halloween outfits.
Yeah, you do really. She does good shit for Halloween.
Yeah, we saw that one picture.
Oh, with me being Voldemort.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
Oh, that was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, I usually like to dress as a guy. I think it's more fun.
You want to tell them and the world about?
She's whispering something that I
you
can't.
can tell them.
I can. Okay. I didn't know if it was proprietary information. So speaking of Amy liking to dress up as a guy, she has a theory, or no, not a theory, a concept that she's going to do, and it's going to be her moneymaker. She's going to quit her job here very soon. I introduce you to the drag king Justina a Bieber.
Dang, there you go. You could do
Justina
that.
Ada Bieber.
Don't you think that's a clever
Or
drag
Beaver,
name?
excuse me.
Yeah. I like it.
Justina ate my beaver.
No, because that's really close to my name.
That's where I got the inspiration.
Well,
Yeah, from your name.
my nickname is Tina.
Is it? Why is it? Tina?
Yeah, why is it Tina?
I have no idea how I got. I had a friend that Justina, and then it just became Tina,
I like it. So we can call you Tina.
and everybody calls me
TT.
Tina.
Actually, I'm TT. That means auntie. No, you're not TT. I'm TT. But what's up, Tina?
Is it?
And it literally, like, at bowling, I was on the honor board and it said Tina Vandy Venter, and we hosted we hosted state, and everybody's looking at our honor board and they're like, man, that Tina girl, she can bowl really good. I'm like, yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Tina. Then I'm like, what?
China.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do like an end, and then we'll just restart.
Yeah, I
Does
wouldn't
that
mind
make sense?
getting some water anyway.
So I'm gonna pause the recording, and then I'll be back on again, so we could, so it breaks up the audio file.
Sounds good.
But also, what do we say, Ames?
Oh, we should have the guys do it for us.
Yes. You guys know our sign off. We'll tell you if you don't, but it's peace.
Yep.
Peace. Yeah, peace be witches.
Or do we
You
all
guys
say it at the same time
I
now?
know.
All right,
Like,
you guys
we can't
ready?
do
They can't do it. We'll do it for you guys. It's cool.
All
All
right.
right.
Peace be
Peace be
witches.
witches.
Be witches.
Okay, we'll get some water and we'll start
Be
back
back
on.
on.
Okay. Peace be witches.
There it is.
Ha ha.